are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So the boy Al made his comeback today, back at Jitz. I tell you what, I was nervous. Like I was walking out the tunnel for a fucking Super Bowl. The nerves were strong, apprehension in the air, but you just push through. I was actually nervous. I was like, is my fucking rib gonna hold up? I have no fucking idea. So I got there a little bit early thinking I'll just do a fucking stretch and shit. And I put my gi on and I walk onto the mat, and who do I fucking see? A comedian. A comedian I started out with in Sydney, who I haven't seen in probably about 10 years. Neil Kolhakta. He's pretty famous now, I think. So he was there and I had a chat to him for like fucking 10 minutes. So there goes the warm up. Then we get into it, just doing some drills, and it got split. White belt, 4 stripes and up on one side and below that on another side. So I get thrown in with the blue belts, which I didn't want to get fucking thrown in with, because that means the first wrestle I have is going to be with a blue belt. And then everyone pairs up and I'm stuck with like a big, solid, chunky, strong blue belt. And I'm like, here we go. Here we fucking go. So we start doing the drills and shit. X-guard, which I fucking sucked at before, but now I really suck at it. And about 20 minutes into the drills, I was sweating, pouring sweat. Just from a couple of ups and downs type shit. Like standing up and down too many times. I'm like, this is gonna fucking hurt. This wrestle is gonna fucking hurt. So the drills finish and it's time to wrestle, and I'm going with the blue belt. And I'm really nervous now. I'm like, is the fucking rib gonna hold up? I tell the guy, I'm like, let's go at about 80% or something. Which I know me, I'm gonna go like 80% for about 1 second until I'm losing, and then I'm gonna go 100%, and it's gonna get wild. I've tried to wrestle at like 60, 70, 80% before, but as soon as I start losing, I'm like, fuck that. The survival fucking instinct kicks in. So we start wrestling. I'm like, let's just start on the ground. And it was coming back to me pretty decent, to be honest with you. I passed this blue belt's guard. I got into side control and I was in pretty dominant position, and then I got real tired. So we're about a minute in and I'm starting to blow. Like 1 minute in. And I'm like, oh God, there's another 4 minutes left. So he just swept me. Then he got on top of me and he came down hard chest to chest with me. And that was the thing. On the drive to Jitz today, I was like, no one is ever going to come chest to chest with me ever again in jiu-jitsu, because I'm going to protect my ribs so well that I'm not going to let people come chest to chest. Plus, it's a bad position to be in as well. You never want anyone like on top of you chest to chest. You're fucking dead. Anyway, a minute and 30 seconds into my first wrestle, he was on top chest to chest. So much for never. I was honestly thinking that no one's ever going to get my chest again. Anyway, he was full side control. Then he mounted me and I'm like, all right, now I need to get this cunt off me. And it's about 2 minutes in and I'm completely fucking gassed. I'm just like fucked. So I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get me into an arm bar. So I'm just chilling for a little bit. So just holding my arm, letting him do whatever he wants to do. And then I was just going to pop out. And he did that. And I popped out and I spun him over and he turned. And if I had a little more endurance, I would have been able to get my arm out easily. But I was so fucking gassed that he just spun back, pulled the armbar. I still, even then, I could have broken out of the armbar 5 months ago easily. I would have got the elbow to the ground. He didn't have it like tight, but as soon as he got it, I was like, if I try and fight out of this, he's going to absolutely kill me for the next fucking 2 minutes. So I just let him have the armbar. I tapped and then we went back into it. and I managed to get on top of him again, got past his guard, got into side control, got into mount, was completely exhausted by then. Just getting to mount was the hardest thing I've done in 5 months, longer, in a year. Then the buzzer goes and I'm done. It's 5 minutes of intense. We probably went at about 90%. It wasn't a full 100 just because I couldn't do a full 100. I was too exhausted. And then I had to take a break. It's 3 rounds of 5 minutes, but I couldn't do the second round. I was just, I couldn't breathe. If it was possible just to lie where I was and fall asleep, I would have just gone to sleep. So I just fucking took a knee for the next round. It took me a full 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 5.5 minutes because there's a 30-second break. 5.5 minutes to get my breath back. If I didn't have that 30 seconds, if it was just 5 minutes, I still would have been puffing heavy. So in the third round, a guy he was like a 1-stripe white belt. When I got injured, I used to wrestle him a bit because he was strong and he was like fucking tenacious and he always wanted to wrestle me and he goes hard. So I knew this guy was going to go hard, but I was like, man, can we just chill on my rib for a bit? We'll take it like 80% or something, which I should say to everyone. Can we take this 80%? They go 80%, I go 110. I go 110. Anyway, this guy, we start and it escalates immediately. So we're going close to 100 and he's strong and it's not easy and he's improved as well. He's got better, as you fucking should in 5 months. So it's not a complete domination like it fucking used to be. I would tap him like 4 or 5 times when we were wrestling in 5 minutes. But this time I'm just I couldn't finish anything. I could get into a dominant position, but as soon as it was like time to do the final move, a submission or anything, I was just too gassed. I haven't really done any cardio in the last 5 months. I haven't done anything. I've done a gym. I've been to the gym plenty of times. But if you saw me at the gym, you'd be more like, is he on holiday or is he actually doing exercise? I'm pretty fucking chill. Anyway, finished that, all clear. My fucking rib feels okay. It feels a little bit bruised because that guy did flop on it and the second guy was jamming his knee right into the point of it, but it seems to have held up all right. And I tell you what, I feel absolutely fucking amazing. When I was driving home, I was like, oh my God, I miss that feeling. Just endorphins, just popping, baby, popping everywhere, left, right, and center, covered in sweat, absolutely dripping, and just having a fight with someone. It just gets something out of me. I'm way more calm. I feel good. It's tight. It's amazing. Anyway, I got to go take my kid to Jitz now. I might pump in a little fucking gym session there. And that'll do. I've got the Jenny Diaries coming out tonight. Today, if you're anywhere, but tonight in Australia. We've got another Andrew Roberts coming out, and this one's a banger. Bogan Jesus was on fire. Anyway, keep your eye out for that. I'll get back to the listeners of the podcast for the next 4 weeks. It will be exclusively listeners of the podcast. So head to my website, join the Patreon, and I'll see you the fuck later.